At the front.
She's just recording herself, right?
Yep.
Don't try and stick your face in it, Jeriel. Joseph, Gabriel. Alex.
Okay, you guys, so this week we're going to start a literature circle about this book, Seed Folks by Paul Fleischman. Can someone share with me the inference that you came up with about what this book is going to be about from your picture walk? Brittany?
I said that I think this book is going to be about different and certain people in each chapter about the certain person will talk about their life.
Okay, so you think each chapter is going to be about a different person? And that it's going to be about their life? What made you think that it's going to be about a different person?
Because when I went through the chapters, they all have the person's face and their name.
Okay, so did anyone else notice that each chapter it's not like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, it's someone's name. It's how they divide this book up into chapters, is by people's names. Okay. Good. Can someone else share an inference that they made about this book? Or they think it's going to be about, Skylar?
I think it's going to be about other people who are like the same thing.
Other people, maybe they're all part of the same family.
But the book is just going to tell about them.
Okay, so maybe it's a book about a family.
I'm thinking, I do think it's different people like helping the environment and community because it says seed fish, so it's like eggplants and
Okay. So Alex said that he looked at the title, and the title says Seed Folks, and he knows that plants come from seeds. And he also saw the vegetables that are on the different vegetables on the cover. So he thinks that maybe the book's going to be about a community that grows plants together. What do you think, Joshua?
How it is in the faces of the chapters. I think it's going to be about what each of them grow.
Oh, okay, so Joshua thinks maybe each chapter is about what the different person grows in the garden. Okay, good. So who knows what a community garden is? Have you ever heard of a community garden?
Yep. I had one in my old school.
You had one in your old school? Can you tell us about that?
It was like a garden where like a whole bunch of people could come and like plant things and stuff.
Okay, so at Malachi's old school there was a garden where people could come and plant things and have their own space in the garden. Yeah, so the word community, what does that mean? What is a community? People
who live around.
So like this classroom's kind of like a community. So you guys come here every day, you're around each other. The community where you live, your neighbors, that makes up your community. And then what's a garden?
A place where you grow food and stuff like that.
A place where people grow food, flowers, a garden. Yeah. So a community garden, if you put those two words together, what do you think you get?
Where people grow things, where other people grow things together. What?
Yep, so where other people all from the community grow a garden together. So first, before we start reading this book about community gardens, we're going to watch a little short film about what community gardens are. Oh, we can use this one, please.
Community gardens are sprouting all over the United States. Amateur gardeners like Sean Sullivan in Los Angeles are driven by an urge to green the planet. Others farm their own veggies to save money amid the recession, exercise, and eat fresh. Sue Pringle is weeding her pond in West Philadelphia so she can grow lettuces and radishes.
I've just been taken off the waiting list and have been admitted to the Garden Court Community Garden. I've been on the waiting list for a year, and I feel lucky to be in.
That plot was formerly one of 30,000 vacant lots in Philadelphia. The National Gardening Association predicts community gardens in the United States could mushroom fivefold to around 5 million over the next few years. Experts believe this trend is sustainable because of the aging baby boomer population, the Earth movement, and the greening of once empty lots. Eva Monheim is a senior horticulture lecturer at Temple University, Amblin.
In most of the industrialized cities, you're going to see the derelict buildings. They're coming down. They're using the vacant lots for community gardens.
Her campus turned this unused plot into a community garden. Horticulture supervisor Grace Chapman says the response was overwhelming.
I just sent out a quick email just to our campus, but I think people started forwarding it to different people on main campus. So I have about 45 people who are looking for spots, and we only have around 30 that we have available. A woman emailed me and said, I'm so glad that you're doing this because due to the economic problems that my family is facing, we've lost a couple jobs, and now I have extended family living with me. So we're really counting on this as a supplement to our income, and also, to cut our grocery bills in half.
Back in balmy Los Angeles, Sean says it's not just the environment, but the community environment that's satisfying.
In a community garden, there's lots of people with lots of knowledge who I found to be very friendly and willing to share their information.
And part of a movement that is people returning to their roots. Fred Takayama, Reuters, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay. So now I want you guys to take a minute and write down your definition of a community garden. Write down what you think it is based on what you already know and what you have just seen from the film. Write down a definition of a community garden.
Definition of your community garden. Okay. So, what's a garden? Yeah, exactly. What do you grow in a garden? Will you look through these for me then?
Okay, so take a couple minutes and finish up a definition of a community garden. Okay, Katie, can you share with us your definition of a community garden?
A garden that people in the community build together.
A garden that people in the community do together? Okay. Can anyone else add to that? Skylar?
I think a community garden is a garden that only little people work at, but the community shares the food.
Okay, so the community, so you think only a couple people work at it, but they should. Okay, so maybe they share the food with the community. But in the show, in the film, I noticed that she said that a lot of families use community gardens to save money. How would they be saving money by having a garden? Right, you don't have to go to the grocery store to buy food. Like at my dad's house back home, we have a garden that's as big as this room. And he freezes everything from the garden that we don't eat during the summertime. So he never has to buy food.
Never ever.
Never ever.
So what type be eating? Just green beans?
Well, he also hunts. So he's like a wilderness man. He only eats food that he grows in his garden or things that he kills. And he freezes it all and stocks it up.
So he don't got no money?
No, he does. He just chooses to live like that.
Oh.
It does. It saves
So he
a
has a
whole
lot
lot
of money.
Huh?
So he has a lot of money.
He has money from saving his money from not going to the grocery store. I know I'd save a lot of money if I didn't go to the grocery store. But it's a good way to save money and help the environment. So right now we're going to talk about our literature circles that we're going to start. So it's going to be on this book, Seed Folks, which is about community garden, but whenever we're in literature circles, there's some rules that we have to follow. Because every day you're going to come in and you're going to read, and then you're going to discuss what you read with your group. And then as you are reading, you're also going to be keeping track of the characters and vocabulary that you found from the book. And so you guys, while you're in your literature circles, you'll all have different jobs that you need to do. So someone will be needing to tell us about the characters that we've read about. Someone else will be telling us vocabulary, and other people will be telling us connections that you made. So you all need to take part in the literature circle, or else it won't work if not everyone does it. So whenever we do our literature circles, we're going to go by respect. It's the acronym for your rules. So it says the first one's respond politely to others' comments. So never say anything rude to someone if you don't agree with what they say. Myra, can you read the second one? Eyes and ears on the speaker. So just like what we do here, if someone's talking, you're watching them and you're listening to them. Hey Gabriel, can you read this one please? Stay focused and on task, so don't be sleeping while people are doing literature circles. Don't be talking about something else. Talk about the book only. Only the book. And if you have connections to your life from the book, you can talk about that. But you shouldn't be talking about video games that you play or anything else while we're having literature circles. Juan, can you read this one, please?
Prove ideas using the text.
Prove ideas using the text, which means always back up your ideas with things from the text. So don't just say some random off-the-wall thing. You got to back it up with the text, just like everything. Owie, can you read this one, please?
Express your opinions, but also listen.
Express your opinions, but also listen, right? So you can say how you feel about the book, but you need to listen to how other people feel too. So don't only just say your opinion. You need to listen to other people too. Shane, can you read this one? Can you see it? Try.
Complete your assignment.
Yep, and then it says, come prepared. So complete your assignments. So you always should come prepared. You'll have assignments like your vocabulary and your character tracker, and you need to make sure that you do those, and then come prepared to share out with that so you can work in your groups. And the last one, Alyssa, can you read this, please?
Take turns, everyone.
Right, so take turns. Everybody has to participate. You're getting a grade based on how you participate. So if you don't participate in these literature circles, then you don't expect a good grade. Okay? Every day we'll have a couple pages that we read. Like today, just 8 pages that we're going to read. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed reading it, and I know Miss Madeline did too. So it's not a boring book. It's really interesting. You have to make sure that you read these pages every time that I tell you to read pages. You have to read only these pages. Don't read not enough, and don't read too much. Because if you don't read enough, then you won't know what's going on whenever we talk. And if you read too much, then you might spoil it for someone else. Nope, you're not allowed to take them home. I got these from my library at APUR, so I gotta keep track of them. But I'll have a copy in here, and I'll put copies in the other homerooms, so if we ever have morning work with it, you'll have access to it. So today, we're going to start by reading pages 1 through 8. Make sure that you read these now. Try your best to stay on task and get them read in the amount of time that I give you, because then if you don't have them read by the time it's time for us to discuss, then you won't be able to discuss with us. Because we'll get in groups and talk about the book. but you have to have read those pages first.
We have assigned groups.
Yeah, I'll tell you what groups you're in.
Wait, right now?
Okay, questions? What questions do you have about this, about literature circles? Alex? Yep, only seed books. We're going to be doing this for this week while you guys do iStep, and for next week if we don't get it done this week, and then I'll be done here with you
Did you
guys.
see me run out
Do
and
it.
get some? Do you see any more anywhere?
Okay,
Your shirt.
so go ahead and get, oh, okay, you have a question? What?
We got groups.
Yep, you'll get in discussion groups, but I'll tell you what groups you're in.
Gabriel, sit up. Adrian, sit up.
What?
Right now?
No, not right now. You read by yourself at your desk where you are. Tyler? Oh. Owie?
What if we should? Adrian, sit up. I'm reading. You need to sit up and read.
No. Okay, so go ahead and get started. I'm going to set the timer. You guys have 20 minutes to read these 8 pages. I think that's plenty of time. Okay, so get started. I want to see everybody reading right now.